Hello, chess family. It's me, National Master Jesse James, and today we're in for another installment of My Personal Games. This week we're going to be going over my games that I actually played in the Gladiators, which is our Tuesday night tournament. We played 2 game 30s, and well, I was the highest rated player there. Was able to win the tournament. And, I got some fun games to go over, so let's go and take a look at our first one. We're going to be going over 2 games today. The first one's going to be against one of my students and promising young players of San Antonio. His name is Justin Crump. At this point, he's only about 1,000, but I have a feeling he's going to be getting up to 1,500, 1,600 pretty soon. In this game, I was playing with the white pieces, and, well, let's take a look. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, D4. I decided to play the scotch against him. He is one of my few students that actually likes to play the E5 pawn opening. I don't hold it against him at all. Pawn takes, knight F6, knight C3, and then here, unfortunately, I guess he forgot the line, at least the one that I recommend, and he goes ahead and plays G6, and already this is an inaccuracy, and, I was able to take advantage of it. I went ahead and developed with a threat, bishop G5, pawn to D6, and actually, believe it or not, this is already winning for white. This is a forced win. With that being said, go ahead and push pause, see if you can find white to move and win here. All right, hopefully you figured it out. Here you see the idea is to play pawn e5. Well, of course, we can't just play it right away because, well, pawn takes or even knight takes. With that being said, here the best move to play was knight takes e6, pawn takes e6, and then pawn to e5. And here you see that, well, you just can't take back because, well, remove the defender, queen takes d8, king takes d8, bishop takes f6, check, winning a piece, and also, well, a fork at the end of it to boot. Ugh. At this point, after e5 got played, he realized what was happening, and he went ahead and just played bishop g7. I mean, what else can you do here other than just go ahead and, keep playing, right? There's no need to resign so soon. And, bishop g7 got played, and I could take right away here, but I decided to go ahead and keep pushing a little bit harder. Knight e4 here, adding more pressure to the pin. Same thing happens if you take again. I'll go ahead and take, and I'll take with the knight. I might even castle queenside in check. All right, he went ahead and castled. And here I went knight takes f6 check, bishop takes, and yep, now the dark squares are so weak, I was able to get a quick checkmate in this game. Queen d7, queen d2, of course, looking for queen to h6, and here we played rook e8. I had an idea that he was going to do. At this point, I already had calculated a forced checkmate. So ready? White to move and checkmate in 5 moves. I am pretty happy that I was able to see all this. All right. Okay, hopefully you push pause. Hopefully you tried to find the winning idea. If not, enjoy the show. Here the idea is to get queen h6. And what was rook e8's idea? Well, after you go queen h6 here, rook takes e5 check. Hopefully you calculated this. If you didn't, no points awarded, right? Sorry, Gryffindor. So rook to e5 got played. Rook takes e5 check. And if you take back here, yes, you are winning the game, but you won't be forcing that checkmate. With that being said, I had already calculated. What do you play here? Well, here if you play bishop e2, the game goes on for a little bit longer, but you have to be very careful. For instance, rook takes e2 check, king takes e2, and then queen e6 check. And, well, again, this is not the best because, well, although you are still winning in this position, the game's just going to take a little bit longer. With that being said, I did find the correct move, which is king d2, and I calculated, of course, rook d5 check. And here, bishop d3. After this, there's no more good checks for Justin to play. He played rook takes, and you simply take with the pawn. Don't take back with the king, because again, queen f5 check will go ahead and win this bishop, and the game goes on for a little bit longer. So, after c takes d3, there's no good move here. I believe he played queen f5 at this point, and I just went ahead and played queen to g7 for check and mate. This is my first round. Let's go and take a look at my next one. In the second game, I was actually playing the black pieces, and this was against David Pacheco, one of our local members, and a strong player here. He's about 1,500 most of the time. All right, here we go. He went ahead and played e4. I countered with my Sicilian attack. Knight f3, pawn e6, d4, c takes, knight c6, bishop e2, knight f6, knight c3, and queen c7. Here he went ahead and played bishop e3, which I'm always happy to see, and I played bishop to b4. Now you see that there's a nice little pin here on the knight, and the threat here is to win the e4 pawn, either with knight takes right away, or we can play bishop takes and then knight takes. He saw this and played pawn f3. All right, black to move and get an equal position. Actually, a slightly better position. What do you play? Remember, if you can play this move as black, you're either equal if not better. Here, you play pawn to d5. And, well, he went ahead and took. knight takes back, and black is just much better in this position. White has lost their only center pawn. My knight is sitting beautiful, and I can at least give him double pawns in this position. Unfortunately, at this point, he went ahead and made some more inaccuracies. He played queen d3 here. And, well, simple chess would have been knight takes e3 to get an advantage. Maybe even knight takes c3 to get the double pawns. I can give him double pawns or grab the dark square bishop, which is a very good strategic idea. With that being said, I had calculated and I saw knight e5 was winning on the spot. Here he went ahead and just castled here, which is not the best move. But it's just a very difficult position to begin with. After queen d2, he has to worry about knight takes c3 here. And, well, cool enough here, there was actually a nice little counter attack here. Can you see the white to move? There's only one move here that would have given him equal chances. Here, believe it or not, it was knight to b5. Look at that cool move here. How many times do you ever get to play a knight move like this? And, well, if the knight takes on b5, bishop takes b5 in check. And here, it's an equal position after bishop d7. Queen takes b4. And, well, yeah, I could take here or not take. I'll probably just castle here, to be honest. But a very, very nice counterattack. Unfortunately, again, these are only game 30s, so we're playing really fast in these games. He just went ahead and castled and said, you know what? Go ahead and take my queen. I just want to get my king to safety, which I was happy to do. Knight takes d3 check. Rook takes d3. And unfortunately, things are just getting worse. Knight takes, rook takes, queen f4, winning another piece here. Here I'm attacking both the rook and the knight. Okay, he tried bishop to b5 check. King to e7 is a blunder. Here, king f8 should get played. Be careful. If king to e7, what do you play here? White to move. You have to be careful. Never underestimate your opponent. Knight d5 check would make me a very embarrassed chess master here, as I'm just getting forked here. And, well, yeah, white's just winning here easily. All right, so in the game, I played king f8. Not the move that I want to play, but it's the only one that's not losing on the spot. King d2 got played. Let's grab a free piece. Rook to d3. Bishop takes c3 check. Just making a few trades here to make my position easier to play. B takes queen b6. Not only attacking the bishop, but guarding the d8 square, which is where the check would come in to win the rook. Bishop a4. Pawn to e5, allowing the bishop to come out. Rook to e1. And I went ahead and just developed the threat with bishop to f5. Here he did play the rook to e3. And, well, I could go ahead and play something like pawn f6, but I just didn't like this just because it's taking so long to get my pieces into the game. With that being said, I just went ahead and played pawn g6. Rook takes, king g7, and I saw this move that he could play bishop b3. The idea is to try and get to rook e7, and actually he's getting some decent counterplay over here. So simple chess, rook to d8 check, king c1, rook to d7, and again I did see that I was going to lose a pawn here, but it's not like the trades were going to kill me. Pawn g4, bishop e6, bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes, queen c5 here, guarding the e7 square, king b2, queen check, king c1, rook a to d8. Now if he does a check, I'm not too worried about this because checkmates are pretty close to happen here. h4, and again, just being a lazy chess player, I went ahead and just traded down to an easy win. Black to move and make some trades. What's the move here? All right, hopefully you found it. Here again, just being lazy Jesse, I just went ahead and played rook to d1 check here. The idea being is, well, I'm going to force off all the rooks off the board. It's just going to be my extra queen against the king. And at that point, or at this point, he would have had to resign because after rook takes, king takes, I had seen queen to d5 check. And again, this is just an easy win because I'm just going to be up an extra queen. Well, these are my first 2 rounds of the September Gladiator. We'll see you in the next video.